When the disciple heard this, he understood the began to clamor. My first, you brought me here first. Put me the death first, not him. Now, when the disciple heard his guru's words, he started shouting that he wanted to die first. The guru and the disciple now got into a fight about who should go first. The king was puzzled by this behavior. He asked the guru, "Why do you want to die? Who chose me?" "We choose him because we needed a fat man for the stake." When the guru and the disciple started arguing that who should die first, the king got confused. He asked the guru that why did he want to die. Then he caught the disciple because he was fat and they wanted to fat man who could be executed with a stake. "You shouldn't ask me such question. Put me to death first," replied the guru. Now the guru refused to reply and he said that he wanted to die before his disciple died. Why? There are some mystery here. As a wise man, you must make me understand. Now the king felt that there was some mystery behind it. So the guru wanted to die before the disciple and was so eager to die. So there must be some reason behind it. "Will you promise to put me to death if I tell you?" asked the guru. The guru asked the king to promise him that if he told him the secret about why he wanted to be executed first, then can they put them to death. The king gave him his solemn words. The guru took him aside out of the servant's earshot and whispered to him, "Do you know why we want to die right now, the two of us? We have been all over the world, but we have never found a city like this or a king like you. That stake is the stake of a god of justice. It's new. It has never had a criminal on it." Now the king promised that he would execute him first. So then the guru took the king aside and slowly told him that they had roamed around the whole world, but he had not seen a city and a king like him. So he added that the stake which they would use to kill they decided was to stake of justice. As it was new, it had not killed any criminal. Whosoever dies on it first will be reborn as a king of this country. Now further he said that the one who would die first on this stake would be reborn as the king of the kingdom. Now by telling all this the guru is trying to trap the king. And whosoever goes next will be the future minister of this country. We are sick of our Aztec life. It would be nice to enjoy ourselves as king and minister for a while. Now keep your word, my lord, and put us to death. Me first, remember. Now, Aztec life means a life of a sannyasi. Now what happened? The one who would die next would be reborn as the minister of the kingdom. And the guru added that he was tired to a life of a sannyasi and he and his disciple wanted to live a life of a king and a minister also. So he says that the king executed him first so that he is reborn as a king, and after him his disciple be executed so that he is reborn as a minister. So the king was now thrown into deep thought and he didn't want to lose a kingdom to someone else in the next round of life. So he needed time. So he ordered the execution postponed to the next day and talked to secret with the minister. Now what happened? After listening to the guru's word, the king was in deep thought and he did not want that in the next life his kingdom was snatched away from him. So he discussed with his ministers. "It's not right for us to give over the kingdom to others in the next life. Let's go on the stake ourselves and we will be reborn as king and ministers again. Holy man, do not tell lies, he said, and the minister agreed. Now, what happened? The king told his ministers that he did not want to, in the next life, his kingdom to be taken. So, he added that the person was a holy man, and holy men did not speak lies. So, he says that they should be die first, so that they are reborn as a king and the minister of the kingdom. So, he told the executioners, we will send the criminals tonight. When the first man comes to you, put him to death first. Then do the same to the second man. Those are my orders. Don't make any mistake. Now the king told his executioners that he would send the criminals at night. Firstly, they should execute the person who came first and then execute the second person. So they should be careful and not make any mistake. That night the king and his ministers went secretly to the prison, released the guru and the disciple, disguised themselves as the two, and as arranged beforehand with royal servants, were taken to the stake and promptly executed. Now, at night, what happened? The king and his ministers went to the prison where the guru and his disciple were kept. There wore and they wore the clothes of the guru and his disciples so that they resembled them, as it was told to the servants that they came and took them along and put them into the stake of execution. So in this way, with his intelligence, the guru was able to execute his foolish king and his foolish ministers. When the bodies were taken down to the throne, the crown and the vultures, the people panicked. Now what happened? When the dead bodies of them, king and his ministers, were taken away to be thrown, the people trembled to see the dead bodies of their king and his minister. They saw before them the dead bodies of the king and the minister. The city was in confusion. Now everyone was trembling because the dead bodies were not of the guru and the disciple. Instead, they were the bodies of the king and his minister. All night they mourned and discussed the future of the kingdom. Some people suddenly thought of the guru and the disciple and caught up with them as they were preparing to leave town unnoticed. Now everyone in the kingdom was mourning the death of their king and his minister. So in the morning, some people thought of the guru and his disciple and felt that they should go to them. As the guru and his disciple were planning to leave the kingdom, the people stopped them. We people need a king and a minister, said someone. Others agreed. They begged the guru and the disciple to be their king and their minister. Now the people of the kingdom thought that they needed a king and a minister, so they requested the guru and his disciple to the new king and the minister of the kingdom. I didn't take many arguments to pursue the disciple, but it took longer to pursue the guru. Now pursued means children convince. Now the disciple agreed quickly, but it took some time to make the guru agree upon this. They finally agreed to rule the kingdom of the foolish king and a silly minister on the condition that they could manage all the old laws. From then on, night would again be night and day would again be day. And you could get nothing for a dudu. It became only any other place. So the guru agreed to the king of the kingdom, but on the condition that from then everyone would work in the day and sleep at night. Also the cost of the thing would vary and not be the one dudu for anything as was in the system earlier. It would be like any other place where everything had different rates. Finally, the guru converted the kingdom of fools into a normal kingdom. So children, this is all about the chapter. Read the chapters and do the NCERT question in your notebook if not done yet. Thank you children.